you were eating leftover food.
I was. There was a ban in the Nigerian visa and I had about $500, so it was terrible.
From being a cleaner to working in the tallest building in the world, meet the Nigerian who started from nothing, but now he trades in millions. His story will blow your mind. All right, Mr. Peter, it's nice meeting you, bro.
Nice to meet you too, Lucas.
Today I'm finally in Mr. Peter's office.
Yeah,
Mr. Peter,
would you? Time coming.
Yeah. Would you kindly introduce yourself to my audience?
Yes, my name is Peter. I'm from Nigeria. I'm the partnership manager here at Vantage Markets. Been in Dubai now for 6 years, give or take.
Wow.
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. It's been
some
up and downs.
Up and downs. So we are still new. I'm just over a year now.
Amazing. Yeah,
so
amazing.
We are still new to the UAE environment.
Welcome to the hustle, man.
Thank you, Mr. Peter.
Yes.
The first question I'd like to ask you is, how was life back in Nigeria for you? How was life back? How were you coping?
Back home in Nigeria, it was not bad at all. My parents did make sure we had everything we needed as kids. We had our own house. We had our own. We have a car. We have everything. I went to university. I had my own fashion designing place, though it wasn't as successful as I would have liked, but it was there. It was a struggle in some cases in terms of how much I was making, expectations from me, from the family, and every other person's. But overall, we find happiness in the small things. You know what I mean?
Exactly. All right, you made mention of you had your own clothing line.
Yes, I did.
What was the name of the clothing line? What happened to it?
Yeah, it was my name, Colin Speeder, but it was spelled kind of like it's spelled with a K instead of with a C.
Okay.
And the Peter had an I instead of an E. Oh, okay. So what I did a lot of English wares and some of my own designs as well as traditional wares.
Okay.
It was good. People liked what I do, but I wasn't making the kind of money that I wanted to. Okay. I had some designers that I looked up to, some very big names that I wanted to get to, but I was living in the city. The city I was living in Nigeria was Benin City. Okay. It wasn't a place that is known to be very affluent or had those celebrities and all of these places and all of these things.
What brought you to the UAE, or what brought you to Dubai? Was Dubai the first place you landed when you came to UAE, or other Emirates like Sharjah or maybe Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. The truth is, my mom actually suggested me moving to Dubai. It came to a point where things were not just going the way we wanted, but for me personally, and what my parents or my mom specifically wanted for me. My mom had big dreams, or she does have big dreams for me. Okay. So when things weren't going the way we wanted, my mom suggested, hey, you have to leave the country, and the easiest place to move to at the time was Dubai. Okay. I came in with a visitor's visa. I didn't have a job. I came in with a visitor's visa. I had about $500 in total.
$500?
Yeah, in total to come in.
Wow.
So someone there that has lived in Dubai before, that then went to Nigeria, recommended an agent that I should meet with to help get a job. Okay. So where I first landed then was in Ajman. No, sorry, it was in Sharjah. I beg your pardon, correct all of that. I landed in Dubai, but the agent lived in Ajman, so he came to pick me from Dubai airport, and then I went to live in his place in Ajman for like 2 days. Okay. And then my first job obviously was in Sharjah. So after a day or two, he took me to where I got my first job, and then I was staying in Sharjah.
So how was your first experience when you got to Dubai and then moved to Ajman, and then after 2 days you moved to Sharjah, correct?
Yeah.
So how was the first experience like?
Okay, so when I first touched down in Dubai, the first thing that came to my mind was, wow, it's hot. Because I came in July.
Dubai can be extremely hot.
I came in July. It was the early mornings of July, actually, around 5 a.m. It was super hot. So that was my first thoughts. So like I said, I came in with $500. $300 of that was supposed to be paid to the agent to help look for a job. That's his fee. So I had $200, which is an equivalent of around 700, if I'm being very optimistic, but around 700 dirhams. Okay. So I had to survive on that until I got a job and until I get my first salary. Okay. So I would say, considering everything, I think I was a bit lucky to have gotten a job at all, because I had a visitor's visa, which was 3 months, and I needed to get into the more permanent visa. So 2 days after I landed, they took us to where we were going to get our job, which was a cleaning company. And the cleaning company looked at us. But I mean, there wasn't much of an interview. We were just there. Hey, this is the contract. And then I looked at the contract and it says 800 dirhams. For me, I was still calculating based on Nigerian's currency.
When you first get here, you tend to convert everything
to Nigerian currency. So at the time, I was like $800 dirhams. Converted that because at that time, I believe one dirham was $100, 100 naira. Okay. So then it was like 80K. I was like, okay, that's a good start. But I forgot that I'm not living in Nigeria. What I forgot was...
That is when the reality sets in.
You're not in Nigeria, you're all in Dubai. You're spending it here in Dubai.
Exactly.
So I was in Sharjah, obviously. So 800 dirhams at the time. At that very moment, I was like, okay, great. I like that. So we signed the contract. I didn't think twice. We were told that out of the 800, we're going to have to pay back 300 for the next 8 months because we needed to pay back the visa cost.
Okay.
I didn't know it was illegal at the time, but I was like, okay, no problem. I needed a job, So then after that, we waited around outside the office, and a bus came, picked us up, and took us to my home for the next 1.5 years.
Okay.
Apparently, which was a camp that had about 12 people per room. 12 people per room. Yeah, wow. It wasn't really great. Hygienically, it wasn't the best.
Okay.
And I wasn't used to staying around. We're staying as a Nigerian in one room before, but the foreman of the whole place came and separated everybody and mixed us up with
other nationalities.
In other nationality, became a problem for me. Because really that the food that I ate was not the same that I'm used to.
Exactly.
The smell was a little bit different. I had health problems a lot.
That's true.
I started developing migraines from the smell of the stuff.
Smell.
So I came to complain, man. Who am I going to complain to? I quickly learned that 400, because I was getting 400 in the first 8 months, was nothing. Before you could cook, and I didn't cook much. I had to learn to start cooking.
Yeah.
I had a lot of noodles. I had a lot of biryani, tender biryani. I couldn't buy any clothes. Like, how are you gonna? What are you gonna buy? What money do you have to buy clothes? I even had times because I was being moved from different locations to different location where I was cleaning. My first location that I was given was a police station in Sharjah. So we were told to go. We went there. It was just a one-day role. We went there and we cleaned the outside of the police station.
Okay.
So we swept and everything. It was hot that day. It was hot.
I can imagine you're working outside.
Outside, yeah.
Wow.
It was hot. Like, it was crazy hot. After that, I then got my permanent assignment, which was a place called Cultural Palace in Sharjah. So that place was a little bit better, but it was still a very long shift. We wake up around anywhere from like 3 to 4 a.m. and we are at our shift at say 5:30 to 6, where we can, if you arrive at 5, you get a chance to sleep an hour extra.
Okay.
Yeah, which is good, But if you don't, if you arrive at 6, then you just get to work. Start working immediately. And what I usually do is I always wear the normal clothes because I wasn't very proud of. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't proud of the job. I didn't like the job at all. My parents were not happy. That my brother always laughed at me like, so Colin, so you clean toilets. I was like, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
If it pays the bills or it gets you some little cash, then you're good to go.
Yeah. So I wasn't sending anything home at all.
You're going to starve if you send some money home out of that 400 they're giving.
Exactly.
You.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my first center was the cultural center, Cultural Palace. I beg your pardon, and then I was moved to a place called Al Islami. It was like a cultural place where for people that are going to Saudi Arabia for those Hajj and stuff.
Oh, okay. Right.
And then I was then assigned to the stadium, Sharjah Stadium, where we're cleaning the whole of the stadium seats outside. Again, not the easiest of jobs.
Wow.
And that was during the COVID time. So I actually got COVID that period, but I didn't know it was COVID. Okay. It was later, I noticed like, dude, I had all the symptoms. I couldn't taste anything. I was hot, my head, coughing, everything. but I didn't
All
know
the
what COVID.
symptoms, you had everything.
Everything.
You
but
had all the package.
I just thought I was sick, and I hardly get sick, but that happened. And then I got my final post, which was a place called, it was in Al Nasiriyah in Sharjah.
Okay.
It was the health center where they do all of this medical stuff.
Okay.
I was posted to the women's section to help clean the office and stuff. So in every place I've been, like I always, anywhere I can get food, I go for it. Like in the kitchen, I had a lot of karak. So much because I was hungry. So when I was in my last post, the women there, they're always nice, because I was like, how are you doing this? Your English is so good. Why are you not getting? I'm like, yeah, it is what it is.
We don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice.
At the first time, you barely have any choice.
Yeah, there was nothing. Like I always get that a lot. Even I was given an extra during the COVID, so they needed people to man the phones to explain some of the COVID, what you need to do during COVID if you notice you have the symptoms, what to do. Yeah. So I was manning one of the phones just because my English was was good. So if they had someone to speak to English people, I was doing that.
But you were still a cleaner?
I was still a cleaner, yeah. Wow. But they just gave me that extra role to do.
And was it fetching any extra money?
It was just a little bit, like I would get like 100 dirhams, but which is a lot for me. Like that would feed me for like a week or two.
Wow,
like it was a lot for me. So sometimes what I do to pass away time after I've because the ladies, they close out around 4 or 5.
Okay.
And my shift ends at 9. I took overtime because I just needed money. So that added, my salary became 1,080 dirhams. We're paying 20 for gas. I don't cook, but I had to pay.
In your accommodation, the company provided accommodation.
Yeah,
you pay for
the gas. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was good. That gets deducted from the salary as well. So my total salary was 1,100, including the overtime. Okay. So between when they close and when I get off work, the bus comes around 10. What I do then is that I just clean the office to prepare for the next day. And then sometimes you see that, they have some leftover food on the table or somewhere. That's what I eat. I eat that because I didn't have a choice. I take it.
You came from Nigeria.
Yeah.
You landed your first job, which was cleaning.
Cleaning,
and you were eating leftover food.
I was eating leftover food. It was terrible. It was terrible because like in 2 weeks after receiving salary, received salary on the 15th. By the end of the month, it's gone.
It's gone.
You have to survive to the next 15th. Exactly. There was nothing. Like, I'm not going to steal. Like, what am I going to do? So, I had to do that. And then when I have the time, I take off my uniform, and then I do some video calls. I like to sing. Sometimes I do like singing thing, but I take off my uniform immediately. I hated that uniform.
You don't feel proud?
I don't feel proud at all. Wow. I felt like I needed more, and that I'm happy that I had that mentality because that was what drove me into what's going to come later. Okay. But yeah, that was about it. And luckily for me, should I say luckily for me right now? Yes, absolutely, lucky for me. And the company lost their government contract. Like if you notice when I told you my locations, the police station, the palace, the what's it called, cultural palace, the pilgrimage kind of thing, the stadium. If you notice, they're all government-run buildings. So the company lost that contract. Okay. Fortunately for me, but unfortunately for them, so they couldn't really pay our salary. So I was left unpaid for like 3 months.
3 months?
3 months.
You worked for 3 months?
I didn't even get the 400, yeah.
So tell me, within that 3 months, how were you surviving without getting paid?
So I had a girlfriend then.
Oh, really? Interesting.
She's American.
Okay.
Yeah, but we met once then that time. So she understood what was happening.
Oh, okay.
So she supported me to some extent. Even when I got my first job outside of that place, when I moved to Dubai, she helped me with the moving costs, getting an apartment. Because I had nothing. Like there was nothing.
So tell us, as a university graduate and the first son of your family, you graduated. What did you study in university?
Computer science. I have a BSc in computer science.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have a BS in computer science from which university in Nigeria?
Imo State University. It's where I'm from, Imo State. So
so you just attended Imo State University. So as a computer science student or a computer science graduate, you left Nigeria to become a cleaner in UAE. How did it feel like? How was it? How was the feeling like?
That was something that always played in my head the whole time I was a cleaner. I always thought you had to work hard 4 years, everything that you had to go through back in Nigeria, all just to come here. Even learned fashion designing too. That's another couple of years on its own as well before I got admitted to university. Okay. All of these things, and only for you to be cleaning toilets, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm sure some people that don't, that's only what they can do. Yeah. Shout out to them. I respect cleaners. But for what I've done in my life, for the preparation I've made from young age up until that point, I just felt like I should have been more. Yeah, but so more. That always kept ringing in my head. And even when every other person in my circle at the times kept saying, we need to go get our SIRA certificate. I don't know if you know what SIRA is. You should. Of course you do. Of course you do. SIRA. They said we should save up money and get it so we can get a security job which pays like at least 1.5, 1.8 around that level. For me, I was like, even that is not enough for me. I don't want that. I wanted more. I wanted to be in a corporate environment. I just wanted more. So even while I was working there, I kept applying. My CV is the weakest. It's the worst. There was nothing there. I hope maybe you can put it on the screen now. So you see. I will show it to you. Yeah. It was just the worst. Like the picture on the CV was bad. It was bad. But I just kept applying. So what was going through my head was that, bro, you need to make something. You need to be more. You need to, maybe go to a different country. You need to I just wanted more and more. It was almost, I could say, it was almost depressing. It was, okay, I get depressed sometimes. I'm like, my dad, my dad was like, Collins, you need to come back home. My mom was like, no, we can't come back. You have to make something. My mom is that woman that she never gives up on you. Yeah, she never gives up on anything. Yeah, like, she was sending me money to survive at some point, actually. Really? Yeah, she was, because there's nothing. But it was difficult for her, but she had to. She said, no, don't come back, stay there. If you come back, what are you going to do here? You know what I mean? Because it's a lot worse in Nigeria. Yeah. So that was something that kept going over my head, that I just needed to be more. I needed to fight. I needed to, grab the next opportunity. I shouldn't just relax and just say, okay. Yeah, and I didn't want to do a security job as well, because I cannot do 1.5 years of that and then go all the way to security, because I worked with security guys around me. The camp shared also security guards there. So I felt it was the same thing. I didn't understand that there was another life. Like the security guards, like some security guards, they have some nicer places around other companies. But all I knew was that company. Of course, I'm not going to call that name. But the living conditions were not the best. It was tough overall. So it was a thing it was something that kept playing in my head, that you needed to do more. And at some point it was depressing. It was really, really depressing. Yeah, and I couldn't tell. Imagine living here, and when you ask your friends, they say, okay, so what are you doing now? So in Pidgin, they say, so what do you do now for Dubai? I say, oh, I work in facility management. Like,
of course.
Yeah, I'm not lying. Technically, I'm not lying.
That's true. Yeah. You fall under the
facility management. I work in facility management. Even my CV, I say facility management. Wow. Like, why even on my current LinkedIn today, there's nothing there that talks about that 1.5. So I'm not proud of it. I was never proud of it. It's just something I needed to do. I was great at it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I was great at it. I did my job diligently, but I wasn't happy. I didn't want to be there.
Okay, so my next question is: during all this time as a cleaner, you were doing this, doing that, moving from one place to the other. Did you ever feel like giving up and then just pack up your things and go back home?
There was a lot of noise around me. Okay. Signaling that to me, especially my dad, like I said. Yeah. But like I've said earlier, it was not an option for me. Even though in my bones, in my heart of heart, I just want to go home. I had a roof over my head. I had my own bed. I had my own room, car to drive. I wanted to, but it was just not an option for me. I wanted more. So I just felt like the least you can do is do the 2 years that you've been given, the 2 years work permit. But yes, even though in my heart of heart, in the back of my head, I just want to go home. I missed my family. The first time I spent away from my family, the first Christmas and New Year celebration where I spent away from my family, I literally cried on the phone, on the video call with them, because I missed them so much, and they were eating all this nice food, and they didn't understand. They didn't get it. They couldn't understand why I was crying. It was like, you guys are eating chicken now. You're chicken talking, fried rice and all of that salad. bro, I couldn't get that here.
They didn't know you were eating leftover.
Leftover, yeah. Wow. I didn't tell any. This is the first time I'm telling anybody this. I've never told anybody this before, because it was some extent it was very embarrassing. But yeah, it's. Why I'm saying all of this, because I want people out there listening to understand that whatever you think you're going through right now, people have been through worse. And even me, that I'm saying, okay, this is all the things I had to go through. I'm sure there are people that are going through 10 times worse than I'm going right now. And at the end of the day, they still managed to come through. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it was tough. It was tough. I just knew that I didn't have the option. The option is not there to just pack up and leave. And even if I wanted to leave, I didn't have money to buy the flight tickets to start with.
All right, guys, so you heard it here first. Mr. Peter, the man working in the tallest building in the whole world, ate leftover food.
Yeah.
So you make sure you don't give up. What was the biggest challenge you ever faced during that time?
Make a choice. There were so many.
There were so many. Just give us a few.
Yeah.
You can make a list of in that order.
One of the biggest challenge was actually the moving from different locations to another. Okay. So I couldn't really be situated and make a position in my life, my thing. And I had the foreman is it foreman or should I say manager, supervisor? I think he was a little bit racist towards the black people in the office. So he picks the worst places to work, locations for we the black folks. Me, I don't really care really. I'm not this guy that always blame racism over everything. I just think we are black, people hate us, deal with it. That is my mentality. Yeah. So, but that was something I had to deal with. So he kept moving me from the worst to the worst to the worst. And so that was one of the biggest challenge for me. I couldn't really make a place my own. Even when I started making friends, trying to know people that are working in the offices to become friends with them so that I can get something maybe. Yeah. I get moved.
Quickly,
and then that was something I couldn't really be anywhere. And then another challenge for me was the sleeping arrangement too. That was for the people hearing out now might say, "Oh, come on, bro, we're sleeping." But imagine having to sleep in a place where people are drunk 24/7 because where people are cooking all the things that you don't know, and then you have to deal with bed bugs on the bed, like cockroaches and everything. The smell. It was, like I said, I adapt easily, but that was just a challenge for me. It was really, really tough. But that is just, there was a plethora of things,
There are so many challenges.
There were so many things that I had to deal with. Sometimes I was like, we're even accused of stealing in some locations. Really? So you could even go on and on. There were so many things. Police came to the accommodation multiple times. Because of fights, some people got stabbed, injured, a lot of things. Wow. But yeah, we had to deal with all of that.
What's that one thing, or was it someone that motivated you to chase or to move from cleaning to chase something bigger?
Yeah. So of course, I've always wanted. I've been applying to different roles. Okay. But because of how much heat my mentality has taken over that time, I was only applying to like office boy or office assistant or. Something that would keep me to work, make me work in a corporate environment, but the lowest of the low thing. Okay,
you didn't even imagine.
I didn't imagine I was going to get something in a higher position. Exactly. I was just looking for to serve coffee or something, just something. Yeah. At some point, I started applying for cleaning, but in a company that it's not going to be supplied by another company. Okay. So. But like I said, I was dating a girl then, an American. She actually applied the job that I got that moved me away from Sharjah to Dubai. She applied for it for me, and all the role wanted was like, you can speak English, you can read, and that's it. So they asked me to send the voice notes over on WhatsApp. And the rest is history.
That was one of the easiest interviews.
They just wanted you to be able to speak English.
Wow. So what job was it?
It was a call center. So what we were doing, our job basically essentially was we are given phone numbers, code numbers, people that just random numbers. Okay. So we have to, no name. Most of them don't have names. They're literally no names, just number. Call that person, get that person to make a deposit so it was a forex call center. So invest in a forex, which I'm still doing till today. I'm not making cold calls anymore. Right. I'm just in the industry is where I'm still at today. So our job was just to call you, for example, call you, hi, this is Collins, I'm calling you from so and so. I noticed you've been researching about investing in this good time to speak, or how has it going so far? Just like that.
So basically, it was like cold calling.
It was proper cold calling. These people you're speaking to, they didn't register for anything. They didn't know them nothing. I don't know them from anywhere. You don't even know their names, so you just have to go by that.
That would be an interesting job.
It was tough.
You have to act like you know them.
Yeah,
from
you have
somewhere.
to pretend like you know them. You have to lie. So in some cases, like, oh, you were researching for this. That's how we got your contacts. How have you started? Stuff like that.
Oh.
So imagine as you can imagine, even though I have some background in a little bit of crypto and all of this, it was new to me. But again, that fighting spirit, I knew like, what options have you got? You got that, and my salary, they were offering me 2,500 dirhams, coming from 1,100 plus overtime, or 800 if you want to go by the contract. So it was a no-brainer. I came. She helped me move. She helped me pay. So I moved to Marina. I was staying in a shed. It was I don't know if you know what we call it a partition, but it was a bigger partition, and I was sharing it with somebody. So I was paying like 800 dirhams per month there. Okay. So my job essentially was to call. So when I started, I was making 500 to 600 calls per day. I was grinding. Calls. Yeah, I was grinding. It was automated, right? I don't have to dial manually. But I was grinding. I just needed to succeed. I knew I had no option. I learned. They were teaching us everything. I was learning, and I tried to learn as quickly as I can. Okay. Just to get the deposit. We're just supposed to get in $250 in deposit from a client. So I was getting one in some months, two in some months. Eventually, I started getting a good number. And when I got my first 5 total, I had a salary increase of 1,000 dirhams. So I started getting 3,500. Which is closer to $1,000. For me, that was unbelievable.
That was huge.
It was huge. A year and a half ago, or less than 2 years ago, I was earning nowhere near that. I would not have dreamt that I would be making that kind of money.
Yeah. It makes sense.
A dream for
Coming
me.
From a cleaner, earning 800, maximum 1,100,
and then
make a jump to 2,500,
and then 3,500.
It's a huge leap.
It was a huge leap for me at the time. I was like, and I was thinking, okay, even if I convert this to Naira, it was still significant, Yeah. So. But the job itself was not the easiest. Don't be fooled.
Yeah, making 500 calls a day is it's hectic.
The role, the job that you're supposed to do, that's one thing. The management was another thing. The management, like in a setting like that, you could get to some level of abusing, you could say. They call you foul names, or like you are a loser if you cannot close this. Wow. They call you sorts of name. What are you doing here? What are you doing with your life? Wow. Get on the phone, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you get punished if you come late. You get deductions if you come late to work. You get, they want you to stay overtime. They want you to come to work on Saturdays if you don't hit the target the previous month. Like it was not by any means the easiest of jobs. It was a tough place to work. But just to make it very clear, I would, if I had to meet these people again, I would appreciate them with everything I've got, because they made me what I am today. They taught me everything. Okay. But because of that hard training, that was what built me to be able to move up the ladder and get to where I am.
All right, so Mr. Peter, maybe there is someone in a position like you've been before. What are the steps that you took, or some of the things you did to get to the position where you are now? Did you take any course? Did you do anything that got you to where you are now?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say I took any professional courses, but I did a lot of reading, a lot of personal growth, a lot of training. So, this is a professional position where I'm working currently. What I'm doing in my industry, it needs a lot of knowledge. You need to be analytical, mathematical. You need to understand. It's a lot of things that need to learn. So, what I would advise people in the position I used to be, or in your position, is understand where you want to go. You might not have a very clear picture of where the next step will be, but once you see where the trajectory of your life is going, all right. For example, you now maybe you were working as a cleaner security. Now you work in an administrative role. Understand the next level in that administrative role. Are you going to be head of department? Are you going to be manager, team lead? What's the next role? And build towards that. Read about that. Learn about that. If you're going to do courses about it, absolutely take courses about that. But that is the key thing. If you cannot afford to take courses like in my time, there was no way I could afford it. what I did was I watched a lot of videos. I read a lot of materials. I watched people. I learned about sales, how to use tonality, how to learn, how to talk to people, how to be very attractive to people. I learned so many things. I read so many things. So there is no easy way. There's no easy path. You don't wait for a miracle. You have to find a miracle, honestly. But I think these are things that people don't really understand. They just think like you want to do the bare minimum, you want to achieve the maximum. It really doesn't work that way. If you want to grow, say you want to become a social media personality, or you want to own a YouTube channel, for example. Yeah. Like you told me before off camera when we're talking, you had to learn what YouTube channels to learn. So exactly. There is no easy way. Whatever path you find yourself, grow.
You have to learn
towards that goal. You just don't sit around and just wait and think things are going to get better. Don't. The difference between people in my position, but there are people that I know that are still at the level where I started, like in the call centers and stuff. And the difference between me and them is I grew myself. Okay. I learned smart stuff. I took risks. I wish I could say, oh, there's an easy way, there's an easy path. There isn't.
So you just have to be broad and learn.
You have to learn. Angles. You have to absolutely learn. That's the only way to go. You have to learn. You have to have role models. You have to listen. You have to suffer. Unfortunately, you have to.
we have to find a way to create the opportunities.
You have to exactly.
You don't have to wait for the opportunities.
Yes, and you have to be also mentally ready to take the leap for everything. Don't just be happy where you are. Some people are earning like 8K per month, which is great. Don't get me wrong, and they're just okay. They're like, okay, that's it. I'm here. There's nothing more. You know what I mean? But
they need to crave for more.
You need to crave more. You need to want more. You need to look at the things that you like. Do you want to drive a Range Rover? Do you want to drive whatever car you want to drive? What do you need to do to get there?
Yeah, when you have that mindset,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Exactly. Going. And this is what works for me. Okay. I knew that I just couldn't fail, especially after I got the first jump into the call center job. In my head, I just knew there was no way I can fail. I cannot get fired. I can't, especially because I had a visa problem towards around that time. Towards the end of this was in 2021. Yeah. It was around this time that we had a visa ban for Nigerians. Okay. So I was still working with my the cleaning company's visa, and it was going to run out by July of that year, 2021. Yeah, 2021. And obviously, after it ran out, I couldn't cancel. The problem why I allowed it linger that long because I couldn't cancel because they weren't going to let me go. But when I finally got the cancellation, the visa ban was already in place. So I could not leave that job even if I wanted to. And I could not afford to get fired. So I learned. I was watching YouTube video. They sent me link. Like I was watching some renowned salespeople to just build myself. So to answer your question, yeah, you have to. You do have to. If you can afford to take courses, absolutely take it. It adds to your catalog of knowledge. Okay. If you can't, just learn. There's free materials everywhere. YouTube, ebooks, whatever you have.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So my next question is going to be, how do you feel now working in one of the biggest firm, and not just the biggest firm, and also in the tallest building in the whole world, like the Burj Khalifa, like we're on the
32nd floor.
32nd floor, yeah. 132nd floor. How does it feel like? How is it feeling like coming in every day, going?
Yeah, it's incredible. That's to say the least. It's absolutely incredible. I would never thought, if you ask me, Collins, where do you see yourself? Like, if you asked me this question about 2-3 years ago, just 2 years ago, I'll be like, yeah, maybe I'll be, not definitely Burj Khalifa for sure. But it's incredible. It's very incredible. So I'm just very grateful. I wish I could say it's just about our hard work. It is, but it also takes a little bit of luck in some extent, and seizing the right opportunity when it comes.
Exactly.
But the journey to this place itself wasn't easiest, especially with the visa issues that I've had all this time. There was a ban in the Nigerian visa, and I hear a lot of people from other countries like the Kenyans, the Ugandans, the Ghanaians, they always think, oh, the life is so hard, man. They cannot find job. Think about we Nigerian men, especially Nigerian men. It's not that we can, even if we can find a job, we can't even get, even if we get a job, we can't get a visa for it. So I had to work like probably a few years without visa, and I spent a lot of money trying to get those personal visa just so I can work, but just wasn't working. There was nothing coming through. So just because of the expertise I managed to build, I know I was very good at what I do. I was bringing in hundreds and thousands of dollars for any place I work in. They would allow me work for a certain amount of time, and then it's either I move on to the next good thing that comes up after the pressure for visa becomes too much, or I get let go. But this was how I had to survive for a bit until not so long ago, about earlier last year or late last year. That was it, when I officially got my visa. And then I got this role last year as well. So it's just like I said, right from when I stepped foot into this country, it's like a domino effect. Everything leads to another thing, and everything leads to another thing. Even when I got the visa, this company helped me get the visa. It was like it was meant to be, and it just so happened that they were moving from their office in Business Bay to this place. So we were part of we were one of the first that came to start here. So it was like the whole thing, and I was hired as a partnership manager directly when I started. I was one of the lower salaries in the company. So even this lower salary is very good, you can imagine. But I was really the lowest of the lowest. This, I don't know if it's because I'm black or I'm Nigerian or something, I don't know. But that, I'm assuming that was one of the reasons. They would think, oh, maybe his expertise is not there or there.
It's not there yet.
But 3 months into my role, they saw, okay, we were wrong. They were wrong. So it just so happened that there was an opening for partnership team lead for the Dubai office or the GCC office. And I was offered the role, and I was given the role. And even when I was given the role, it still took me about 6 months until my probation was ended before I got the salary bump. But the salary bump was major. It was major. It was like they added both the one that I should have been receiving and the extra. So it was major. So currently I manage about 9 people in my team, and the team is growing continuously. We keep hiring, and we just bought out an office in Crystal Tower as well that my team are going to be moving into. So if you think about it, this was me 6 years ago cleaning toilets, right? And now I'm like literally managing a team in the tallest building in the world, and I travel everywhere I want to travel to. I go everywhere around the world. This was somebody that couldn't buy a flight ticket to visit his family.
To visit his own country.
His own country, But now just
visiting
a while ago, I was in Sochi in Russia the whole time. I was in Saudi the all the time. I just travel anytime I want to travel to.
You just need to go.
I just go. I just go. So it's incredible. I feel great. Look at the views that we have. Just coming here every day.
I'm amazed. When I first entered here, I was looking around. I was like, wow, is that the top of Dubai Mall? I've never seen it like this before. Is this tower?
You can see all the tower, the top of the tower.
Everything. Like I can see far from here. It's amazing. I don't know how to describe this view, man. It's really amazing.
Yeah, just coming in every day in the morning. When you come in, you drive in, and you get the valet, take your car to the parking. You come up, you have the badge with your name and everything with the Burj Khalifa there. It's really good. It's a feel good thing.
I can't imagine myself looking at this view, sipping some coffee or taking a sip of water. This is amazing.
It is amazing. It is amazing. So it also tells you the brand name, the firm itself. People will tell you that Vantage itself, it's I don't know if I want to be calling the name there, but we're one of the top 3 brokers in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, we have offices all over the world, in Australia, where we're headquartered. We have in Hong Kong, in Singapore, we have in Cyprus, Europe, we have in Latin America, and you name it. We have it everywhere.
Interesting.
So of course, even the Dubai office is not the headquarters. We're headquartered in Australia. So it just keeps expanding. Even Nigeria, we have the office there in South Africa. So I'm just so proud that I've managed to come this far. And it's not just that here I've worked with some other bigger brands as well. I work with Infinox, I've worked with Click Trades, I've worked with some other big brand name in the brokerage industry. So people listening out there don't think I went from call center here. No.
Or maybe you think you just made the leap from cleaning straight to this place. You had to go through and gain the experience as well.
Gain the experience. I worked as a business development as well. I was getting retail clients, and then I worked in 2 other companies as team leads also.
Okay.
That was how I was qualified enough to be a team lead here.
All right.
So it wasn't just
just a big leap. You just had to move from one place to the other.
It took time.
All right, that is interesting. What advice do you have for Africans, or let's say other immigrants who are in Dubai, or who wants to come to Dubai with big dreams? What message or advice do you have for them?
Look, it's gonna be tough.
They just need to prepare that. It's going to be tough.
It will be tough unless you come in with like all of this certification with a bunch of experience, like 10 years experience in your role, and you have all of these things. You're gonna find it a little bit easier.
Okay.
And if you manage to get a job even before you get here in one of the corporate area environments, good. But if you're coming in with an entry-level job like either the cleaning company or construction or security, just prepare your mind. It will be tough.
Okay.
The worst thing you could do is getting here and then quitting and going back. Because it's every single person that I've spoken to, they had that moment in their life where after they got here, the first 1 month, 2 months where they feel regret. I'm sure you went through that.
Even myself, yeah. Bro, if anyone was offered me like a ticket back home,
you'd have gone.
I'm gone. Like seriously, at that point it was that much that I really wish I could just go back.
I know it is. We all went through that. We're just like I miss home. This is suffering. I'm better over there. Yeah. If you feel like you have a better opportunity over there, wherever your country is, go. But I don't think it's going to be better than what you can get here. You cannot just be better, because I know African countries, it's not as developed as it is here. And this place gives you an opportunity to even go to other countries if you get enough experience, because other countries recognize Dubai, the economy, as similar to the Western. So you will integrate a lot better if you can get enough experience here. So my advice is, be ready to go through it.
Okay.
Never give up. If you never give up, wherever it is you're staying, if you're staying in a bed space, you're staying in a partition, if you're sharing a room with 50 people, do not give up. Just as person, you're not giving up. Just don't sit there. Go look for the next opportunity. Keep going. Keep learning. Keep understanding. Keep growing. Just keep going. That's it. And if you're outside of the country, you want to come in, be prepared. And come in with as much cash as you can.
Okay.
If you don't have enough, but you feel that you are mentally strong, then go for it. But it's all about mentality. It's all about mentality. It's all about drive. Do you have the drive that can you adaptability? But from my experience, what I can tell you is, if you're coming in here, come with enough cash to support you for at least 2, 3, 4 months. Okay. If you have the cash.
I think that is very important.
Yeah, if you have the cash,
you need the cash to survive for a few months.
For a few months, so you can look for a good job. Not everybody have to go through what we went through.
Exactly.
Right? You can just come in here and get a good job immediately that pays you at least $1,500, $2,000 and above.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be coming in to start working from the entry level to get about 1K, 1.5K to 2K, the thing is, do not give up. That's what I can say. Just because people, if you can grow, if you can, gain the experience that is needed, because in Dubai, nobody cares about your certificate. Nobody cares about how much degree you have. They just care about the experience. Can you do the job? That's it. So if you're going to come here and as a professional, engineering or medicine or nursing or whatever, make sure you have the certificates proper, attested, you know what you're doing, and then you're good to go. It's easier than people think. It's just that if you add both the racism thing part of it, and I don't want to dwell on that racism too much, because it's not really there. Some people won't care if you're delivering the results. Some employers won't care, but because of how much nationalities we have here, you would find that in some places. It's not rampant, but it is there. But so if you're coming in, just be mentally ready, because I think all of these things that I'm saying, it's all trumped over if you have the right mentality.
The right mentality.
Not to give up. That's it. So just be prepared mentally.
Just prepare mentally, and then everything will move on smoothly.
Yeah. It's not gonna move smooth. You just deal with it.
Once you encounter the problem, you are going to understand. Okay, I'm prepared. Happens, let me just sail through it.
You can.
But then you are not going to, grab it easily at the first time.
Obviously, but it is gonna be tough. But just when you're expecting it, that okay, I know someone has been through this, and it's expected. You can just handle it.
Actually, I've received a couple of messages, like tens and like messages in my DMs, people saying, "Oh, my story prepared them." Like I've actually had people who moved to Dubai just because they watched my video. Yeah. They've searched the internet and they've never had any story that they could relate to. So a few people like reached out to me and like, "Bro, yeah, your story motivated me, man. Now I'm in the security just as you. I'm doing this, but then I have this courage that I can make it out in this place." Like sometimes I feel proud of myself that I made that video actually, because so in my mind, I didn't expect it to reach that much people and people to be able to relate to it. I thought, okay, fine. I was just sharing a story, something I experienced. I also had people bashing me. Why are you saying this about Dubai? Dubai is like this. But then it's like a reality I was just sharing. I wished I watched such video before I made it. I would have had my mind prepared like 100%. That is how come I was able to, give out such video. But then,
when I saw your video too, I just immediately I could relate. I could relate immediately from where you were staying, everything. It was me just a few years ago. 6 years ago, that was me. I just wanted to go home. I just wanted, like, what is this? What is my life doing? What am I doing? But at the end of the day, look at you. You're already going to your new, new heights, new roles, and everything. And how long have you been here? 2 years now? 1 year?
Just over a year.
Over a year. It's almost similar to me. I was here a year and a half. So if you just don't give up that first few months, that first year, it gets better. It really does get better. We don't have the same opportunity, unfortunately, like the Europeans and but
I heard something like there's a passport privilege.
Yeah, it exists.
It's a thing, right?
It is a thing. Okay. I hire every day, so I can tell you for a fact it is a thing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mr. Peter, thank you for this interview. I believe if I ever needed the opportunity to meet up with you to have some more discussion,
absolutely,
your doors are always open for me. Maybe my viewers will have some few questions, some few personal questions. I don't know. Once they begin to bring out those questions and I reach out to you, you open your arms.
I'll be more than happy to answer them, of course.
All right, so thank you very much for this interview.
Absolutely, man. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, bro.
Like, hopefully we can do some business together in the future.
Hopefully. I really wish, man. Because
it's been a roller coaster of an experience so far, hasn't it?
I don't even know the best word to describe it, but since you can relate, then you know how I'm feeling exactly.
I know, exactly.
Thank you once more, and I think we are going to wrap it up here, guys. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. This is the reality of Dubai, guys. If you have any question you want to ask, if you have any suggestion, if you have a story you want to share, kindly reach out to me on my Instagram at Lucas Fume. Leave a comment, like this video, and share for any other friends that you think they are in Dubai to motivate them or they wish to come to Dubai. So catch you guys on the next one. Peace.